Luke, congratulations. A year on, you sit here, a World Matchplay finalist. How satisfying does that feel?
It is very satisfying. I remember being here, a year ago, and I remember walking out and not inconsolable, but devastated, because I felt like it was the time that maybe I was finally going to pick up that first major title, and Johnny's finishing really was brilliant. It stopped me, but I've achieved so much in the last 12 months. So I think it's 8 major finals and 10 now for me since that moment. I can't ask for too much more, to be honest. We're in such a great era of fantastic dart players that to do that, it's something special. So all eyes on trying to be that next person to go and win the Worlds and the match play in the same year.
You touched on what you're doing in the finals that you're getting to. Do you feel that you're creating your own history within the sport? Because there's not many players that have done what you're doing right now.
Yeah, I think there's only ever really probably been Phil and Michael that's ever really done something so incredible in a short period of time. So, for me to go on and match the achievements of two of the two greatest dart players in the world, there's no argument about that. It's very special for me. But if I can go on and win tomorrow, then I definitely would be up there in one of the best 12 months any dart players ever had. To be honest, I'll be alongside them too. So, all eyes on trying to do that tomorrow.
And your game itself, that was tight for a while, but when you needed it, you found extra gears, and you've done that so often. So what is it about your game that allows you to do that?
I think it's just experience. I think I've played so much darts on the stage in the last 12 months since that semi-final that it's helped me to be able to adapt my performances and play long spirited games. Obviously the World Final, the World Semi-Final, World Quarterfinals last year, or should I say this year in the end. They're long games, and it's sometimes you go in and out of form. 1 minute you could be playing really great, the next you're kind of going off a little bit, but you're never going to be playing over 27 legs. You're never going to be at your A game the whole time. If you are, then you're going to put in a fantastic performance, but it just never really happens. So I kind of understand more nowadays that these long format games, you're going to be in and about. There's a lot of things going on out there. All I can hear is like, game shot. I think Kirk's. Does anybody know what the score is? Sorry.
We'll find out in a minute.
Stop playing too well, Jesus. But yeah, I've learnt a lot from all the experiences I've had. So hopefully I can, take that into tomorrow as well.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
James played very well and was clinging on at points in that match. That 1-5-6 seemed like a bit of a tide turner. How did it feel like that?
James played fantastic, fantastic performance from himself. It felt like standing behind him every time. It was a triple 20. I felt like he outscored me. I really do. I felt like he did, and probably the stats would tell you he did, to be honest. So, yeah, he did outscore me, but I'm kind of flattering that it was 17-10, but maybe my crucial finishes at the right time and the crucial set shots was the difference. But you can't take nothing away from him, James. That was one of the best performances I've seen from him in a long time. So, you can obviously tell that over the next sort of 5 months you're going to see a different James Wade, and I'd love to sort of see him back in the Premier Leagues and the World Series, because the sport needs people like James, to be honest.
Where do you see tomorrow in the biggest games you've played in your career?
It would be second, obviously after the World Championships this would be second, and the Premier League would be third, because in my eyes this is the second biggest tournament on the calendar. So yeah, this is the second biggest game I've ever played in, but if you've played in the World Final, there's nothing that can be worse than that. And obviously when I played in the World Final, I was absolutely brilliant. 103.5 average over 11 sets it's not easy to do, so I know I can do it in the long format and in the biggest games in world darts.
And you would round off an incredible 12 months. Obviously it started in the World Grand Prix 10 months ago now. What a year that would be. It
would round off one of the greatest years of my life, but not just mine, but any dart player's career, to be honest. I think 5 major tournament wins with a world final, with the Worlds and the World Cup win. There's not many people that's done that, to be honest. Let's be honest. I put myself up in history, but like I've always said, I always want to try and create a legacy. When I'm finished and done in this game, I want to try and be one of the top 3, 4, 5 biggest major winners in the sport. But these sort of big wins will help me with that. Thank you.
Luke, one of the expressions that seems to be used so much in your games is Luke's turned on the afterburners, and like you alluded to just earlier there, that seems to be a feature of you knowing the right time to make that run. But that comes down to mental strength, that timing. And one thing that's been a thread through your career is your mental strength has gained all the way along. Do you feel like now you're in such a good place to deal with all these different moments?
Yeah, I think the experiences over the last 10 months have just helped me. They've made me a stronger person mentally and physically, and I just know how to deal with these long format games. I think when you're up there, you just know you're not going to be at your best for the whole period of the game. You're going to have peaks and troughs. You just have to accept that when you're in them troughs, try to limit the damage. I think in the first 10 eggs against James, I think it was 5-all, but I was nowhere near my best, and I could have been 7-3, 8-2 down, and James was playing fantastic, and I wasn't. I was 5-all. So for me, I thought he can't sustain this level for the whole duration of the game. He kind of did, to be honest, but I was thinking in my mind he can't, but he did, and but in my mind I'm thinking he can't, and I'm thinking just stick in there. And then when I come back from the third break at 8-7, I was just deadly, to be honest. I felt that was the moment to change the game, and if I didn't, I think James would have run away with it and won himself. So it was an important moment.
Luke, you've spoken about how good this year has been and how it will get even better. Do you find it difficult to sort of keep that motivation and keep that hunger when you have been so successful? We've seen it from players before. Michael Smith has admitted that when his worth completed darts, he became a little bit lazy. Have you found that at all?
No, I've not completed darts though. There's many major tarts for me to complete off the tick list yet. Obviously, being world number one world champion is the two that you always dream of doing, and you kind of say, yeah, I've completed, but I haven't. I need World Matchplay, I need the UK Open, I need the European Championships, I need the World Series finals. I need a World Series title, which I ain't got yet. So there's so many things that I need to complete, and if I do that in the next 5 years, then I'll think, right, well, let's do it again. That you never completed darts. The only way you can complete it is when you retire, and you can look back at your career and think, did I achieve all I wanted to? Did I achieve what everyone expected me to do? If I retired now, they could say I did, but I'm not going to retire now. I've got hopefully another 20 years, and the only thing I can think of is an exciting thought that I could win many major titles, but you have to win them as early as you can, because you never know what's around the corner, to be honest. You never know who's going to be there to stop you from winning everything. But I think for me it's a good thing that I've come around in the last 12 months doing this, because I think darts needed it. Someone to push the Michael van Gerwen's, the Garen Prices, the Smiths. Just someone needed someone to push the sport, and now all the other players are going to want to stop me.
From what we've heard, it sounds like it's going to be a difficult game, whether it's Michael Smith or Michael van Gerwen. If it was to be Michael van Gerwen, you've beaten him the last 7 times in a row. Do you think that's going to be on his mind, or even on his mind now, thinking, if I get through this, I've got Luke Humphries who we just can't beat at the moment?
I don't think it will be, to be honest. I think if you're playing a massive game like this in the World Matchplay final, he will probably look at it as, I've won this 3 times, I haven't won this, so he'll think I've got the experience. But it doesn't matter to me how many times he's won it. To be honest, I think it won't change anything for me. I'll still go up in that game feeling very confident. But it's only going to help my confidence more than it will Michael. To know that I've beaten him the last 7 times. It's and a great achievement for someone so fantastic at this game. But I don't think it will matter for anything tomorrow. We'll both walk up onto that stage, and it won't be remembered. He won't think about that when he walks up there, and I won't think about it either.
Cheers, Luke. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Luke, very well played today. Obviously, there was a moment in the game where you had your last start going at double tops to break the James Wade throw. Would you say that moment in the game was as important as the staying 156 at the end of the game? Yeah,
it probably was important, because if that didn't go in, then James hits it, and then you think he would have been 8-7 or what, I can't remember, but he would have been in front, and then he was just playing so well. I just couldn't let him get in the lead, because if he would have, I think he could have run away with it, to be honest, a bit like I did. But it was a massive shot. But there was a couple of massive shots. I think the double 2 when I was messing around on the doubles was a good shot. The 156, that timing of the 10-11 dart. There was so many moments in the game where I just restricted him from being able to get in front of me, and that was the key to winning that game.
And you mentioned after the Dimitri van der Berg game, obviously you had your family here to support you. Does it feel extra special that they were there to support and witness you win?
Yeah, of course, my family are just over there right now. It's lovely to have them here, and they don't affect my performances. I mean, my dad's going to be coming. He's never missed me win a major, and he won't want to miss tomorrow if I go and win. So my brother's coming, and everyone's coming up tomorrow. So it's a long journey from Newbury. They're all going to be here, and if I win, then they won't want to miss it. If I lose, then they're there to pick me up. But it's really good to have them. Obviously, school was the reason why they couldn't be here through the week, but now they're here, and one more game, and we go again.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congrats again, Luke.
Thank you.
Van Gerwen earlier this week mentioned that you and him had been rolling back the years and playing a bit of Call of Duty to get yourselves to sleep. If it is Van Gerwen who makes the final tomorrow, do you think you'll have time tonight?
I won't be. No, not tonight. I think I don't know what the time is now, but I think it's probably going to be too late to be honest for us. Yeah, I think the way that game's going, it can go on the way. So probably no Call of Duty tomorrow. But he is good fun. He's really good fun to play with, and we're in the same management group, so we enjoy ourselves, and bit of Call of Duty in the night times after he's finished his games and I finished my games. But now it's a quick turnaround. So tonight's going to be loads of rest and no stress, because Call of Duty is stressful. I can assure you, it's really stressful. So no stress now, and wake up tomorrow and wait for the final.
The landscape of darts seems completely different to a lot of other one-to-one sports. Obviously, you have a great relationship with both Michaels of the sea, with Smith also with the England team. Does that almost make it a bit more difficult when you're going into a major final against what you consider as a good friend?
Not really, because I consider James Wade that as well, to be honest, but it didn't really affect me tonight. I kind of think I'm good friends with a lot of players. I kind of see that, so it's kind of hard. If that was the way, it kind of be hard every game I played, to be honest. But no, when I'm up on the stage, I don't look at the player as that friend that I look at them off the stage. I'm there to win. They're there to win. There's no sort of animosity in the game, but I just want to win. So I don't find it hard to play your friends, to be honest. But hoping that it's going to be a good game tomorrow, regardless of who it is.